I'm finna crash out. Can't get rid of me, that's what they really mad about.
Crash out, crash out, crash out!
Enjoy it! You people are sick, wicked, funky, misanthropic, codependent animals.
Yo. We are fucking back.
What up?
We switched up the set a little bit. I'm kind of excited about that. Now you guys can get to see what the rest of the walls kind of look like. We organized shit a bit. But this is Crash Out the Sitcom, episode 18.
Already.
Oh, my God. This episode is going to be titled Government Memorials and the Stories Behind Them, Part 1 and Part 2, hosted by T.O. Val, your host with the most, the grossest uncle.
And this your boy A Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funkle, the Drunkle, the Feo Ayo.
Hey, people are probably wondering, why the fuck are these fuckers dressed like Elmer Fudd, man?
Now, Jed, let them know.
We hunting wabbits.
We hunting chickens.
Fuck the government is what this is all about. The good old Washington Monument, we're going to start it off like this. The good old Washington Monument, right? You're not just looking at a monument. You're looking at a modern tree of knowledge carved in marble. Part 1 says the monument they call sacred was built in 1884 to honor George Washington,
right?
Who was also a Freemason.
Who would have figured?
It was designed as an obelisk, an ancient Egyptian symbol for a ray of sunlight made stone linking heaven and earth.
Okay.
At 555 feet, it stands like a cosmic antenna in the center of D.C.
Damn, yo. That's just not architecture, man. That's alignment.
Yeah.
On the real, though.
Yeah, no, for real.
It's strategically put there purposely.
So they say that originally, so I'm going to stop right there after part 1. They say originally that what was there was the original tree of knowledge is what they're saying.
Wow.
And that George, in 18th century, 1884 is when they finally decide to put it in marble and honor George Washington. You know, how the story of George Washington, right? He was an apple chopper or something, wasn't he? Like a tree chopper.
Used to work with the orchards and shit.
Yeah, he would chop down apple trees, and I guess one day he came across a tree of knowledge, and then this tree, centuries later, turned into
the obelisk.
Yeah, the obelisk we call the Washington Monument.
That's crazy as shit, dog.
So this is what the whole episode is basically going to be about. We're going to be bringing up these things that are literally part of history, part of geometrical structures and placed in precise locations for precise reasons. Some we do know for and some we don't.
Like energy, you know what I mean? Just ranging across a certain thing there, you know what I mean? Like, for instance there, you know what I mean? A lot of stuff in Phoenix is also like that tied in there too, you know what I mean? It's built on that certain line, folks, there, if y'all know about that.
The four corners.
See, it just sits on that perfect line there, folks. So we'll dive into that a little later there.
So I'm going to jump back into the part where we're talking about the forbidden tree of knowledge, right?
Okay.
And the connection between. It says in Genesis, right, in the Bible, the tree of knowledge gave humans awareness and the power to see good and evil. Esoteric teachings say it represents divine wisdom, knowledge. Once off limits, the obelisk the obelisk, like the tree, symbolizes the same reach for enlightenment. No wonder why it's only in Washington, D.C. You know, it seems like
that's where our governing body is.
Yeah, it seems like that's the only place that they want the enlightenment to be, I guess. So
man, please enlighten those fuckers a little bit more.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, because they're using that light for darkness. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're going to part 3. The Masonic blueprint of D.C. D.C. was designed by Pierre L'Enfant, if I said that right. But its layout follows Masonic geometry. The Capitol, Washington Monument, and the Lincoln Memorial line up perfectly, forming a sacred geometric pattern found in ancient temples.
That's true, dog.
Yeah, it's like almost like its own little like city, if you will, like like a ritual map, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I would say that it's all linked in because of the energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The way that it draws it down an obelisk there again, too, like how it says, it's a pinnacle point reaching towards the heavens.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And all of that in those people in that little certain area there, it's all tied in with, geometry.
Yeah.
So that's what's fucking crazy about it there. You know what I mean? Like, it's wild. You know what I mean? The more you research this stuff there, and you know what I mean, you see it out there, but you just don't recognize it. Folks.
Well, what trips me out is the math on things, right? Like how you said, how things line up perfectly. How the structure itself is 555 feet tall.
Yep.
You add another 111, 111 to that, you'll get 666, right? Which is the mark of the beast. So I don't know if that may tie in somehow or it may not, or I don't know, but
yeah.
We bring it up just so you guys could think about that shit.
The city's a ritual map there and monument sites right there in the middle, like I said, like in between heaven and earth.
Yep, exactly.
Which is nuts over there. You know what I mean? Very, very heavy. That's some heavy information. You know what I'm saying? The way these cats laid this out.
So part 4 is the occult symbolism that comes with it. The obelisk represents masculine energy, power, and creation,
Totally,
right?
the man.
The Capitol Dome represents feminine energy, life, and manifestation.
A bosom.
Together, they symbolize balance, heaven and earth, male and female, divine and human. That's the real forbidden fruit. Hidden knowledge is built right in front of us, and we're not even really noticing it until people like T.O. Val and A Omega bring it up on an awesome ass show.
Let's check it out.
Crash out the
Crashing it
Sitcom.
out there, folks. You know how we do.
Yeah.
We really go down these rabbit holes there, and we've been doing it for years there. So now that we can actually, brush up and talk to you folks about it, you know what I mean? That's what we're gonna do.
Remember when was the first time, AO? I'm gonna stop right there before we get into the hidden truth about the knowledge tree and all that. What was the first thing that you remember diving into, like as far as like conspiracy theories and the rabbit hole of things?
I used to be heavy into the UFO shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I grew up in a time frame where there was actually a show on TV called Sightings. You know what I mean? They would talk about the grays.
I remember that
the
shit.
greens, the reptilians there. You know what I'm saying? Like all sorts of the Anunnakis. You know what I mean?
Even the owls, like the symbol, like what is the symbolization between owls and aliens or whatever. They say if you take all the feathers off an owl, that fucker looks straight like a weird ass little alien creature. And I don't know. You never know. These are just things that we hear of. We want to bring it to you guys' attention.
Yeah, that was some old school stuff like that. But you know what I mean? It was cool.
Sightings,
because,
get back to sightings.
Sightings was the one that would you'd actually have the person with the, the 8mm camera, you know what I'm saying? And actually film that shit in 88, 89, you know what I'm saying? Straight up VHS on his shoulder type of shit. You know what I mean? And that was pre cell phones, you know what I mean? That was pre everything like that there. So actually to catch that lens back then, you know what I'm saying? To catch that in the lens was amazing. And those are some of the ones that would baffle me a little bit there. So that's when I was like, okay, I really started, questioning a lot more things in my, in my life there for sure. And you know what I mean? I got to go off feeling there. I can't always believe my eyes there, because if I believe my eyes all the time, then I'll get tricked into anything.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I remember, the UFOs, right? I think we fell heavy into that because Roswell was 5 hours away, and a lot of people
Roswell sits on that line too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that same geometrical line.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I remember the first thing I think that I was diving into was UFOs.
Yeah.
Bigfoot, Loch Ness monster. What was another one? There was another good one that had us going for a while back when we were kids. Bat Boy or whatever. Remember?
Oh, I remember him. That was the
the National Enquirer shit.
Yes.
I remember when I'd be standing in line at the grocery store, right, and I would just be like, "Oh, I want a candy," and then I would see as I reach for the candy, you look over and you see the National Enquirer, and you're like,
"Yep." I was gonna say the Enquirer.
Bat Boy found in whatever in Mississippi or whatever the fuck it says, and you're just like. What is this magazine? I remember buying it a couple times. I made my mom buy me that shit.
And there was some
times.
heavy duty, controversial little shit in there.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
That was my first, I guess. And I wasn't really super into it, but I was like, I just want to see what this shit says. And that was
around the same time that motherfucking, Tommy Lee and Will Smith. He's like, okay, time to go check the sheets there. So yeah, you can read the New Yorker, whatever.
Pause.
Sometimes you'll get a hit, but this is the best investigational journalism on the planet.
I agree, honestly. All right, so we're gonna end it off with part 5, and this is all about the hidden tree of knowledge and the obelisk that is called now the Washington Monument. The hidden truth. The Freemasons designed it as more than a monument. It is a message in stone. It's 550 foot height, ties to numerology and solstice alignment, which means that it is tied to, fall back, leap ahead. Whenever we set the clocks back, all the solstice, the winter solstice,
It is a sundial.
summer solstice.
It is a sundial, basically. For a certain area. I feel you.
It acts as a spiritual antenna, channeling ideals, geometry, and enlightenment. What's an ideal?
Well, when they say Washington stands tall, it's not just about the man. You know what I mean? It's what he stood for, enlightenment, power, knowledge.
Okay.
That's kind of what, they like to portray it as. You know what I'm saying?
And to me, I feel like that fight, right? That fight for knowledge, power, enlightenment is turned from, it used to be like a good, virtuous pursuit, right?
It's finding that solidarity and then that one energy, which would be pretty much almost as like being like a monk,
right?
Or being.
But I guess my point was some people use it for evil now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like at first, I believe it was probably used to channel all the positive enlightenment, all the positive knowledge, and all the positive power that one can obtain on Earth, right?
Totally.
But then when somebody was like, "Fuck, I got this shit on lock. I feel good.
I can do it.
I could do whatever I want. No consequences," is when we started getting this shit twisted and fucked up. And that's what I wanted to say about that whole situation right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild. Use it in a good way, folks. You got power, you know what I'm saying? Use it for a good thing.
Yeah.
You got influence, use it for a good thing. You got inspiration to inspire other people. Use it for a good thing, folks.
All right. Moving on. Topic 2, the Statue of Liberty. The hidden goddess.
They want her back now.
The gift from France in 1886, designed by Frederick Bartholdi, a known Freemason, modeled after Libertas, a Roman goddess of freedom, but her crown of rays, torch, and stance match ancient depictions of Isis, Semiramis, or even Lightbringer archetyped. Some say she's not Liberty. She's Luciferian symbolism of enlightenment standing over New York Harbor. And that's the truth, right?
It's crazy to think, you know what I mean? But there's another one, There it's not just one, there's twins.
Where's the other one?
I believe the other one's in France.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's another statue.
And I bet you they line up. I bet you they line up perfectly. I bet you the geometrical
with the line,
geometrical line from the one from France lines up from the one in New York.
Trip out on that, right? You know what I mean? There's so many. You know what I mean? It's like a landline, or it's like like a root system.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? These lines. Folks, there. Trust me, it's heavy. If you really dive into it, that's why we're just dedicating a whole show to this. That's why we do it here at the Crash Out, because we're crashing out.
All right, the next one, the Great Seal and the dollar bill. The pyramid and the eye on the back of the $1 bill ties straight to Freemasonry, Egyptian mysticism, and Illuminati lore. Annuit Coeptis, or Novus Ordo Seclorum. He has favored our undertakings, and a new order of the ages is what that means. I'm going to say it again. Annuit Coeptis, I'll put it right here in the captions, and Novus Ordo Seclorum equals he has favored our undertakings and a new order of the ages.
That's wild.
That's on our dollar bill, guys, probably since the 1800s, honestly, or whenever the dollar bill was first created, whatever, you know what I mean? 1901, even if it was back then, still. The all-seeing eye represents divine insight or universal surveillance. depending on who you ask. So it's either watching us or helping us watch, is what it's trying to say. Universal surveillance, that's definitely something that they're working on right now. I heard something about who was it? Bill Gates, right? They're creating this system of cameras that can see literally once they put up all these. I think we talked about this on the last episode where they put up all the satellites, right? And they're going to be able to monitor every inch of the planet. That's what we would call universal surveillance.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's check this out there. You know, we have already been playing with it. Mm-hmm. We don't even know. Y'all don't even know it. We know they've been playing with it. Y'all call it, oh, yeah, we're going to go on Google Earth and go and find a little remote island in the middle of nowhere and look at plastic bottles that washed up on the shore.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is there.
They try to find like the Loch Ness Monster in those bodies of water. You know,
yep.
And that's crazy. They've been paying people to drive around every single city and every single state, every single corner of the earth with those cameras on top of their
on top of that car,
on top of their little Fiats or whatever. And
that's a cool little car.
Oh yeah, look at that car. It's cool. But yeah, now it's definitely helping them watch every single inch of every nook and cranny on the planet.
Pretty heavy. Pretty heavy there.
All right.
The doors are closing.
The Denver International Airport.
Please keep clear.
The gate below.
For departure to terminal, ground transportation, and baggage claim.
Built with a massive underground complex bigger than the airport itself. Mural shows scenes of apocalypse, rebirth, and global unity. Too dark for normal art. Masonic time capsule sits beneath the capstone, marked with the New World Airport Commission, an organization that doesn't officially exist.
Got you there. Man, have you been to that airport?
I've been there once.
Dude, that shit's massive,
yeah,
bro.
It's super huge.
It's huge there. I mean, like, I got to, like, drive around numerous times there for show, just to pick something up there for show. But, yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild there for sure. I mean, I had to roll around. I was picking somebody up actually one time, and I was like, man, it took me like a mile just to come around so I can just imagine that train.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, but yeah, I didn't go inside, but people have told me about these symbolisms there that are inside of the, these markings and everything inside of the airport itself.
I haven't been there since they put the murals and all that, but I have seen the mural online. It shows like a big old scene of war and death, and then it shows like all the kids coming together. Yeah. And then it shows this one blonde hair, blue-eyed kid, and he's supposed to be the new leader of the world, I guess, or some shit like that.
That came after this tragedy.
And it kind of looks like Baron Trump. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, yeah, that's one of those things that we're just going to throw out there. The Denver International Airport.
Whoa. Watch out when you go there, for sure.
Next, the Vatican's hidden symbolism. St. Peter's Square is laid out like a keyhole with an Egyptian obelisk in the center as well, just like the Washington Monument. The Keys of Heaven logo ties back to ancient solar worship and dual power. Beneath the Vatican, catacombs contain altars older than Christianity, some linked to pre-Roman fertility cults and practices, religions, sacrifices, all of the above, etc.
Wow, man.
Is what the Vatican really represents.
Ancient solar worship, huh?
Yeah, and that's really sad to me because my grandma, our grandmas were probably really big into Catholicism, I should say. Yeah. Catholic religion, Catholic background, stories, and all that. Before my grandma did pass away, I know that she was literally shunning herself away from the church after finding out, these claims of the priests and the altar boys and whatnot. And then and then you hear things like this, like where, what was it saying? Like where it goes back to pre-Roman fertility cults. Fertility cults in Roman times, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they were used to only establish like
their lineage,
the lineage and the bloodlines, right? And then
pure.
there was a lot of homosexuality as well. I guess
course,
what they would call it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't call it that back then. What they would call it is like an exchange of power, right? Like, oh, this king has power, this king has power, and then they go diddy each other, and then they both have the double amount of power, is what they would think.
Right.
And that's kind of like what's going on today with within the industry of not only hip hop but Hollywood as well, right? We've seen it with the Harvey Weinstein shit. We've seen it with the Diddy shit. We've seen it with a bunch of other things, and it all ties back to them trying to be like Romans. They think it's normal. Is what I guess is like the point of what I'm trying to say.
There's no normal thing about that, cuz.
Yeah, no, not at all. And then, so that's basically why my grandma wanted to shun away from the church, is because she was starting to see for herself that
Firsthand.
you know, some of these accusations were coming to light and actually being true. And, you know, who wants to be part of that? Who wants to represent that for the rest of their life? You know what I mean?
Not me.
No, I definitely believe that there is a heavenly Father and there is a hellingly Father, right? Like, I guess that's the only way you could explain it. And they're both with energy. One has control over the heavens and everything else, and one has control of just Earth by itself, and that's it. So
It's called hell.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, for some people, you
Yeah.
know, hell is what you make it too.
and heaven is what you make it. You know, life is what you make it. It could be either
Amen.
heaven or hell, you know. But we do urge everybody to find something to have faith in other than these,
Falling for these demons.
falling
For these tricksters.
these demonic tricksters, if you will.
Yeah,
I
straight
agree.
up, though. Yo, you been pound for that one, cuz. Bam. You know what I mean? That's on some real shit there. That's where we crash out, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we have strong enough faith and we have great energy and divine energy. And that's why we do this. You know what I mean? Again, that's what, you know, we can't put that out there enough there as far as crashing out. You know what I mean?
If we were to leave this earth right after this episode and we touched one person enough to make them be like say for instance, there's this one kid out there, super lost, super like gone, if you will, doesn't know if there is a heaven or a hell, doesn't know if there is a God or if there's a devil,
Left questioning himself.
questioning everything, right? If we can do something or say something that makes that person be like, you know what, I'm just gonna turn my life into and have faith in God and everything positive,
It's in his hands.
then we did our job as
Inspiring.
inspiration.
Yeah. Inspiration.
Yeah. Sorry, I get a little bit choked up when I talk about this shit, but
I got you, man.
it's just something that I feel really heavy about when we bring these episodes to you guys and to the masses. We have about 5 more minutes to talk about this, and then we'll move on to the rest of the stuff. We just, like we say at every episode, we're not totally against what we bring up. We're not totally for what we bring up. What we bring up is what we've seen and what we've heard about these certain topics, and we want you guys to think for yourselves, because I know what I think for myself.
All day.
A Omega thinks for himself. I know what he thinks for himself. He knows what I think for myself.
Correct.
When it comes to stuff like this and morals and characteristics, if you will. And we definitely want to start taking these people off of their pedestals. You know, people hold the government on a pedestal. People hold celebrities on a pedestal, artists, musicians.
They're just people, man.
Everyone's just like us. And you know who said it best was John C. Reilly. I think you sent me the clip, right? It was on Instagram. It was like one of those reels. And John C. Reilly said that he was riding the train and someone just came up to him and like, oh my God, are you really John C. Reilly? Oh man. And then when they finally snapped out of like the whole fandom shit,
He did like grandma's, he did a Step Brothers, you know, like reenactment for him or something.
Yeah.
He got like a real good kick out of it. And the guy was like really cool with it.
Well, and then after that, he was like, wait, what the fuck are you doing on the train, dog? Like, aren't you like a multimillionaire movie star? And then John C. Reilly's like, hey man, I was just blessed to be put in the position that I was. I'm just a person just like you, and that's why you're seeing me on the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I really respect that because John C. Reilly definitely has made enough movies, done enough voiceovers in cartoons, enough anything in his career, right?
Yeah.
To be multimillionaire driving in a fucking Bentley or whatever on Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
But instead he's taking the train and being the most humble version of a human that a human can be, right?
There are good folks out there. There are good human beings out there. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
They are good people, folks, for sure. You know what I mean? Keep the faith.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And if you see demons, you know what I mean? Call them out. Like, there's nothing wrong with calling out a demon. Sometimes people need that. Like, when there's something in them that's hindering them from being
the best version of
the
themselves.
best version of themselves. Exactly. And you call that shit out and it leaves them. That's one of the best feelings ever, because then that person is back to being a pure vessel for
greatness
and God and positivity, and not falling for everything that's controlled by the earth.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And all the earthly things, if you will. Sorry. I'm a little lost today. I'm gonna admit, I've been taking a lot of psych meds lately, and today
doing your medicine.
I haven't taken any. I'm on a PTSD med. I'm on all kinds of shit, and today I decided not to take the meds because I don't want to be all groggy and shit. But it is affecting some of my processing of what I'm trying to say too at the same time. So bear with me, guys.
No. You it's good. You know what I mean? You got to take care of your health, your mental health there. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Most motherfuckers, excuse my language there, won't even do that. You know what I mean? They'll smoke and drink and drug through their demons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing, you know, so I applaud you for that.
And I'm trying to get off all of them. Honestly, I'm trying to
You just wean yourself off.
I'm trying to wean all off of all of them, and then I'm trying to get. Well, I got prescribed Marinol, which is like marijuana in a pill.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to come in. I'm hoping that I could just take care of everything with Marinol and a fucking blunt. You know what I mean? I don't want to take no more fucking
heavy duty stuff there with different names.
Yeah, dude. I took all my meds yesterday before I went to go get a haircut, and I fucking almost died in the haircut chair because I didn't eat before I took my meds.
Oh, no, you got to take your meds, man.
Yeah.
No empty stomachs.
I know.
No empty stomachs there, folks. You always got to put something in before you. Any kind of medicine. I mean, we all know that, even down to Tylenol. You know what I'm saying? Except
it's my
for
fault.
Some of the crazy folks that are like, yeah, I'm going to pop a 200, 200s and go to work.
Sometimes I get brave. I'm like, oh, I could do this off just water and meds. And then I was sitting there getting fade, and I was like relaxing. And then like all of a sudden, like I got like, you know, that feeling like when edibles hit you too hard, or like when you get like the spins.
That's a scary one. I don't like edibles, dog.
I got that off of fucking my meds, dog, and I freaked out, dude. My, you know when you get goosebumps when you hear the music, like
yes.
I got that all over my body, dog. I was like, oh my god, I was like, this is it. I was like, I'm gonna die in this wheelchair, getting a fade. I mean, in this wheelchair, in this fucking
in the barber
chair,
in the wheel.
But yeah, so it was freaking me out. But anyway.
Man. Be careful.
Yeah, if you guys are definitely taking meds, please make sure you guys take them responsibly. Make sure you guys eat before you take your meds. Make sure everything, because it really will fuck with you. It almost got me yesterday.
Man.
You're watching Crash Out the sitcom.
About to crash out, huh?
Yeah, I was about to crash out for good, like the official crash out.
No, man, we still got shit to do.
But yeah, we got, God won't let that happen. He knows we're doing his work, and he says, you know what? I'm going to keep you here, but you're going to learn your lesson, and you need to eat some food before you take your meds, dog. This is Crash Out the sitcom. This is your host with the most, the grossest uncle, Tio Val. This is my boy.
A Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funkle, the Drunkle, the Feo Ayo.
All right, we're going to take a small break.
Crash out, crash out, crash out!
You people are sick.
I was looking at...
funky, misanthropic, codependent animals.
I was looking at our outfits, dog, earlier, and I couldn't stop laughing, bro. Dog, we're hunting the government, right? All right. This is your host with the most, the grossest uncle, Tio Val. Hold on, let me do it one more time. This is your host with the most, the grossest uncle, Tio Val.
This is your boy, A Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the Funkle, the Drunkle, the Feo Ayo.
The Ayo fail.
Ayo fail. All else, man. We never fail.
So we're talking about the government today. We're crashing out.
Man, there's some sorry sapsuckers, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of things that they do to us that
Government shut down. ISIS still rolling around.
They took my
cut
snap.
there, man. What's happening with y'all?
Hey,
What the fuck's up?
Anybody selling EBT, hit me
Yo,
up.
watch out. Watch
Oh, you
out
know what
with
they're
that one.
you know what they're gonna have to do?
Hell, no, you fucking do that, man.
Instead of doing like $100 for 50, they're gonna have to do like $100 for like 120, dog, or some shit. It's getting crazy, dog. I don't know. Anyway,
That just sounds like you just going to the store anyway. If you have $100 there, you charge 120 to use it. What you talking about? That's craziness.
all right. So we talked about. Let's go over what we talked
little
about so
art.
far. We talked about the Washington Monument, how it's literally the tree of knowledge reincarnated.
Right.
We talked about the Statue of Liberty, the hidden goddess,
Okay.
the Luciferian symbolism behind her, and the Great Seal and the dollar bill, y'all.
Right.
The dollar has been controlling us since day one. Working is a big old scam, and I hate that we have to do it.
Me too.
The Denver International Airport,
That's some crazy shit.
the demonic gateway and the gate below, the Vatican's hidden symbolism.
For Roman fertility.
Yeah,
cults there.
the
Yeah, that's
Roman
heavy.
fertility cults that come with it. And now we are on to the danger zone. Danger zone. The Pentagon, geometry of war. The Pentagon was designed with sacred geometry in mind, a perfect five-sided figure symbolizing microcosm and man. Its layout mirrors the Pentagon, long tied to power, protection, and occult ritual. Built in 1941, the same year the U.S. entered World War II, making a new age of war.
Damn.
Woo! I remember the Pentagon. It's been attacked a couple times, right? Or
Yep.
It was that just a couple times
No,
in the
yeah.
past 10 years.
Well, they try to do that with. It's always been. I think it got hit back in the early 90s there as well.
Okay,
There, I think something happened there too, where there was also another craft, I believe, an aircraft that
Crashed into it.
tried to take it out.
That was
once before. When
That
we were
was a
kids.
little bit after 9/11, wasn't it?
No, 9/11 and that one happened one time. See, and that was
All in the same like day, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
No.
Or week?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
There was one.
That one
there
there,
was
yeah.
one like
But
that.
there was one prior. I'm talking to like in 1992, 1991. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
when we were
I was
like
jumping ahead.
young little tykes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't remember that one. That's why I was
Yeah.
asking because
Yeah,
like-
it's been hit a couple times, just like how that World Trade did too.
what I
You know
remember
what I'm saying?
from
They
my
tried to bomb the World Trade Center.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was and then they did the Oklahoma City bombing as well. That was also conspired that the head of the head of Homeland Security now is Timothy McVeigh, the bomber. I don't know if that's true or not. I just saw something about
conspiracy.
that though. Yeah, conspiracy alert.
What?
Okay.
Something for y'all to look into. Here. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, anyway, back to the Pentagon though.
World War II, right? Okay,
That's when they
heavy.
created it. It was right when World War II started. That's when the Pentagon was created.
That's when they were drafting young people to die quicker than quick.
Yep, they were drafting everybody from 1941 on. A lot of deaths, a lot of
Necessary.
unnecessary war was going on at that time and still till this day.
Yeah.
So
Pretty heavy.
the Pentagon, fuck you.
Because you know what? You're steering us into the danger zone.
Danger zone, danger zone.
Man, we just messing with but for real.
The next one, number 7, is the Capitol Dome, the womb of the nation, designed after St. Peter's Basilica, representing the divine feminine.
Basilica.
Oh yeah, there we go, Basilica.
Yeah, basilica. They
Basilica.
Yeah, the divine feminine there.
Okay,
for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not too hip on
No, I'm just kidding.
Trello.
I got you. Well, continue,
The
continue.
hypothesis, or what is it? The apotheosis
Mm-hmm.
of Washington, painting inside the dome, shows him ascending into heaven like a god, surrounded by Roman deities. What's a deity again? Just like a spirit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought it was like what do they say? Like the Middle East guys, they say like they get like 1 million virgins when they die or something.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
not like that. Though, for sure. I got you there for sure.
Many see it as America's spiritual coronation. Washington reborn as a demigod of democracy.
Oh,
that's pretty interesting. But
yeah, well, you know what I mean, because they say, well, you know what I mean, going back to the Roman era, there, right? That is where the birthplace of democracy came from, right?
Yeah, and
you know what I mean.
And I believe that's where a lot of our powerful people in politics, Hollywood, even rap, they still follow these Roman guidelines till this day. Some of them savory, some of them not so much.
Yes.
But yeah, we're gonna move on. After that being said, the Georgia Guidestones, the new 10 Commandments.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Built in 1980 by an unknown man under the, what is that? Pseudonym RC Christian, linked to the Rosicrucians. I don't know. These are some big words that I don't like because they have to do with some bad people. Etched in 8 languages with rules for a new world after catastrophe, like keeping humanity under 500 million.
Whoa.
How much is in the world right now, Ayo? Do you remember? Because these fuckers want to keep it at 500 million. That's it. The whole world.
Bro. Yeah, right. We have billions.
500 million.
Billions and bazillions of people.
You guys are insane. It was destroyed in 2012, thank God, which sparked even more mystery, as if the prophecy ended or reset. I believe it ended because...
I believe
it should have ended, but did it? I don't know.
It sounds like we're going through a reset right now.
Don't say it. A reset. I don't sleep. I recharge. You know what I'm saying?
Barely. Barely.
All right, moving on. The eye at the top of the pyramid, is it Lucifer or light? Ancient symbol found across Egyptian, Christian, and Masonic traditions, represents divine sight or illumination. But some interpret it as the eye of Lucifer watching over humanity's rise towards knowledge. The pyramid beneath symbolizes human striving upward like a Tower of Babel, the quest to touch the divine. See, I think that's where a lot of us get it mistaken. Like, no one wants to touch the divine until you naturally pass away. Like, if you're trying to touch the divine while still being alive as a human, that's kind of like, it's selfish if you think about it, right?
Can't, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, this vessel that we're in there, the spirit there, this energy that we're in, the soul that we're in, the consciousness that we're living in there, you know what I mean? That's a gift there. And, you know, I believe we all have that spirit in us there, you know what I mean?
We all do.
That knows that this is not the end of, you know, we're right now, we are living a memory of a gift there, and we're kind of on our way in through into other transitions, you know what I mean, as far as us, you know, this is just a vessel that we're in right now to really gain more depth of knowledge there of how to treat people and treat spirit and treat energy
and treat each other.
Yes, and that's what it is, you know, with warmth, kindness, empathy, you know.
You know what I was thinking the other day? Like, what if we were put here for that exact test, right? To see how we would act towards people that were put in our path along the 80, 90, 100 years that we were put here, right? As like say somebody's watching like a really huge snow globe ant farm, right? It's like, it's kind of like what it feels like sometimes. And when I think of it like that, I'm going, okay, this person that said something fucked up to me or did something fucked up to me, do I react with the same kind of energy that they gave me, or do I react with a more positive and problem solving energy that's less violent, less intrusive, less
stress,
and less conflicting or combating with anything and other than positivity and negativity within myself, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what the the great test of mankind may be is like, I'm going to throw you into this scenario for a whole lifetime, right? And every single choice that you make throughout this lifetime determines on if you're going to make, if you have built up enough positive energy to float to a heavenly heaven, right?
Yeah.
Or if you've gained a lot of negativity that's going to weigh you down. In a
For
negative
that's
way.
the quest for to touch the divine.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's to have some clarity.
And you could do that
know?
without having to do any kind of rituals, any kind of sacrificing, any kind of anything
It's just
negative.
listening to yourself.
Literally, I've grown my hair out a few times, right? You've seen it. I had dreadlocks a couple times. They fucked them up a couple times. I shaved my head a couple times, grew them back a couple times. In the process of growing back my hair, when it gets to a certain length, you actually start feeling more grounded and more tapped into things around you. You start answering questions that you've never even studied the answer for, and you know it all of a sudden, and you're able to have cool conversations with your homies.
Dialogues, yeah.
Doing shrooms with your homies turns more from laughing and giggling. That there's still some of that, but it turns into more like philosophical remedies and realizations that come to the front front of your mind. You know what I mean? Like, and I believe like all those experiences, the point of this rant is all those experiences lead us up to that person that you are going to be, whether it's going to be positive, negative, good or bad,
right,
evil or good. That's the battle of mankind right now. Is like, you know, they say the biggest battle that's happening right now is the battle between good and evil. Is it a bunch of demons and angels fighting in the skies? Who knows? But at the same time, you have to look in yourself and be like, this battle between good and evil within myself is what I need to control first before I could even fathom demons and angels fighting for us in the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to know. You got to figure it out first there, so that way your eyes are open.
Yeah.
Your eyes are open then.
The blunt finally kicked in. Finally.
But yeah, the Tower of Babel there too. That's crazy there. You know what I mean? It's wild there. The you know, the pyramids have been.
What did they say about the Tower of Babel? Do you remember?
That one there, I didn't touch up on that.
Yeah.
My bad.
People that are watching Tower of Babel, I want you to put some stuff about it. I'll probably put it in next episode. We'll actually talk about the Tower of Babel. I kind of want to go from government to biblical.
Okay. Okay.
Well, what do you think?
Switch it up there.
Like,
All right. Maybe
like-
we will do a special episode.
Yeah.
Where
So
we'll go into it like how we're doing the government right now.
It'll like
there.
mirror this episode. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and how it how
they correlate
and
together.
how they correlate. Because that was one of the things that made me want to form this episode for us. Right? Is you gave me a reel, and it was talking about how like in the Egyptian times, right, with the Pharaoh, the Pharaoh, he didn't have like, he had a bunch of people building for him that were like, you know, we would call them slaves nowadays, right? Like they were treated that way, but they were paid regardless. But at the end of the day, they had to come back and pay a certain amount of that, what they got paid back to the Pharaoh in order to keep living the life that they're living. And it seems like that's what's been adopted by the government today, and that's what made me kind of like deep dive into all this government. What happened then? How does it relate now? What happened then? How does it relate now? And I think
certain similarities.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest ones. Is that, you know, there's what other countries, they don't have it like we do. They have it a little bit easier, honestly. Like not like the third world countries. I'm talking about like Europe and places that are actually established as well as or more than the United States of America, right?
Yeah.
And it seems like they don't tax their people as much. Everybody has free health care. Everybody's taken care of in some other way. They don't get fed red dyes.
Right.
Like they like Australian especially, you know what I mean? Now that tariffs are happening, people are outsourcing their meat and getting it from Australia rather than America. Like China, they're like, oh, you think it's going to hurt us that we're not getting your American beef? We're going to just go and get it from Australia, and it's going to be cheaper and probably better, honestly.
I've had
Australian beef.
I've had New Zealand there. I've had meat from Australia there.
Steaks.
Delicious.
I've had one grass-fed
Lamb
steak.
chops there too, bro. Some lamb racks, dude. Man, they were tasty.
I've had one
I won't lie.
grass-fed steak,
I won't
like
lie there.
straight from grass, like where they slaughtered that fucker after he just ate grass, and then I got the steak like a week later, type shit.
Yes.
Best steak I ever had in my life.
Yeah. It's nuts how crazy the just that kind of industry is there for sure. But we're gonna have to talk about that there on a different one.
Well, we still have time, we have time to relate back and recap on the show. Like the last thing that they were going to talk about was CERN and the gateway theories about CERN. I've only heard certain things about CERN, about like the weather manipulation shit and like the cloud farming.
Right.
So we're gonna end it off with talking about that, and but I kind of just still wanted to go into that conversation that we were recapping, and just how a lot of this governmental stuff in the United States of America goes back to ancient Egyptian pharaoh shit,
all the time.
control and power, right? It goes back to the old days of Roman Empire, Roman fertility cults and sex practices. It goes back to even before Christianity was even a thing. It goes back farther than that. When we talk about the Vatican, they say that there's a gate under the Vatican that's not even the one that we're talking about. It's deeper, and it's like guarded by like 20 fucking guards all the time, and no one's allowed to fucking even try to open that fucker, because they say literally behind that thing is like the most evil spirit you could ever fucking imagine, dog.
You got it like Ghostbustered it up.
Like for real.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, they got that little box and fucking trapped it in there, threw the box in there and sealed the walls, and they're like, dog, do not fucking open this fucker like at all. So like, there's powers out there, there's energy, there's levels to this shit. If you fuck with it in the wrong way, you think you're gonna be like, oh, I released it, they're gonna treat me so cool because I released it.
Ooh.
Fuck no, they're gonna treat you like the fucking dumb piece of shit you are for opening up the fucking gate, because
Thanks, bellboy. Thank you, bellboy.
Yeah, because they don't even want to be woken up. If you think about it, like if you were like one of those unsettled, crazy ass destroy the planet souls, do you think you want to destroy the planet? Like it literally, if you destroy the planet, where you gonna be?
Nowhere.
You know what I mean? Like, so it seems like these energies, they're as powerful as they can be, or they are, or whatever.
Leave them be.
Leave them be. They don't want to be. They don't even want to be fucked with, because they know. That's like that scene on Baby Boy, right? When Ving Rhames is getting pissed off. Oh, they want to fucking throw me back into the fucking. No, I won't change, man. And that's how I feel like.
Come and mess with me.
Yeah, and these young little motherfuckers want to mess with me.
Know. Yeah.
That's how I feel like some of these spirits are and will be when you fucking release them. And
don't do it.
Don't do it. This is the Crash Out, and we just want you guys to think for yourself and be yourself, not fall into the energy, into the way of this programmed mind state and the way that they want mankind and womankind to be now in 2025, right?
Separated.
Yep. Separated, divorced, family fucked up, no loyalty within brotherhood or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like friendships, even marriages, whatever, what have you. That's what the negative wants for the world nowadays. The positive want peace, love, harmony, coinciding, ideas, creation, inspiration. Everything positive that you could think of, and it at the end of the day, which side are you on? And that's what it boils down to. Which side do you want to be on?
Yeah. It's simple as that, folks. You know what I mean? It's simple. It's easy. It's black and white, right there.
Yeah.
You already know it. You already know it. You know what I mean? It's so easy. Literally, it's so easy just to get out there, do your thing. Be who you are. Be kind. Be empathetic. You know what I mean?
And I am sorry that the show wasn't as funny as it should be. Like our past shows are really funny, right? We try to make this one a little bit more serious, because it really is serious. A lot of us really need to not just be woke. Like fuck that word already. You know what I mean? Like just be aware of what the fuck's going on around you. If you feel like it's giving you a bad feeling in your gut, follow your gut and go with what you feel naturally, because
that's a chakra.
Yeah, that's your chakra. Literally. You know how many times I've gone against that? I'm like, oh, I feel like I should do this, but then I do the total opposite, and the fucking nothing ever fucking goes right with that shit. And then you can't go back and be like, oh, I can't. I wonder why my fucking my life sucks.
Yeah.
You gotta take these signs day by day. These little tiny signs too. Like it could be something as simple as,
just your any day ordeal there. You know what I mean?
I was picking up my meds the other day, for instance, and on the sticker it says, "Tell your dog I said hi." Like it was like being funny, like tell your mom I said hi or whatever. But it said, "Tell your dog I said hi," and I kind of like thought about that shit, and I was like, I'm gonna go tell my dog that they said hi, just because, you know what I mean? Just because it was just one of those things that, like, girl, someone said hi to you today. You know what I mean? Like, just sharing that experience with someone else to like enhance the energy that it came from, and that's what life is all about. You want to enhance the positive, decrease the negative, live life to the fullest.
Ow!
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Feel you there, my
This
G.
is the Crash Out. I'm your host, the grossest uncle, Tio Val, and it's my boy.
Hey, Omega with the funky dope flavor, aka the Funkle the Drunkle, the Feo Ayo the Feo. You know what I'm saying?
And this was a successful episode. I really had fun with this one. As far as information wise, like it was a good one.
It was solid. It was positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Positivity to all of y'all.
Make sure you guys take some of this into account. Just listen to it. You don't even have to fucking believe what we're saying. Just listen to it.
We out here. We're doing good things, transferring that good energy to y'all. You know what I mean? That's what we do, folks. We're going to continue to do it like that, you know what I mean? Because it makes us feel good at the end of the day. We want to share some of that good energy with y'all, you know what I mean? So that way you don't got to sap it from us. You don't have to, take it from us there. We'll give it to you kindly there in good, proper doses. You know what I mean? That's on the real.
I agree. All right. Until next week, have a good one. Crash out.
Good.
Have a great week, y'all.
Crash out on them if you need it. They need it. Crash out.
Peace.